Now, if you don't know me personally, let me tell you something how I feel about the Oakland Raiders, because the Oakland Raiders are an interesting team to me. Alright? If you don't know, I'm the biggest non-Raiders Derek Carr supporter. I'm the biggest Derek Carr supporter, aside from all Raiders fans you could possibly see. I believe that Derek Carr, as much as people don't want to agree, I say Derek Carr is a top 10 QB. And I know that people are going to call me crazy because he hasn't made the playoffs since the one season where he was going to go for MVP. And then got injured, and his backup got injured, and then the third string QB choked it, and that QB is not in the league anymore. And they lost to the Houston Texans, who at the time didn't have a starting QB, and if they did, it was Deshaun Watson in his first ever season. I don't remember exactly if Deshaun Watson was on the team or not. I'm pretty sure he wasn't, but I'm the biggest Derek Carr supporter, who is not a part of the Raider Nation. But wow, just wow, just the way that Carr was throwing the football. Like sometimes you see the ball thrown in the air, and you're saying, "Oh, that must be Aaron Rodgers or Jared Goff." You know, they have that pretty spiral. And then you look and see who threw it, and it was Derek Carr. And then you all hopes and dreams of seeing a elite level QB drops the floor. But Derek Carr is a great QB. Like, I genuinely believe that Derek Carr is this incredible QB. But why am I making this video, right? Why am I talking about the possibility that Derek Carr will get traded or released from the Las Vegas Raiders? They're 2-0. Derek Carr outplayed Drew Brees. There's no way this could possibly ever happen. You know, I would 100% agree. I would. If only it was a different head coach. If this was a different head coach, then I would 100% agree. There's no way they would trade Derek Carr, right? John Gruden is the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. And if you know your football, you would know that John Gruden was the head coach of Tampa Bay when they won their Super Bowl back in the day. He was also the head coach that made the Tampa Buccaneers have an incredible defense, right? Well, something that John Gruden also likes to do is replace QBs on the spot. And as right now, Derek Carr is the longest lasting QB that John Gruden has ever had in his career. I'm pretty sure that's actually true. You may be wondering, and that makes a lot of sense. Derek Carr is the best QB he probably has ever had since the one that left him. Who is that QB? Right? Who is the QB that left John Gruden? The one that wasn't in his hand when he needed the most. Brett Favre. Yes. Hall of Famer, the Green Bay Packers, Brett Favre. And that's the problem with John Gruden. He's not comparing QBs to their actual talent. He's trying his best to get the next Brett Favre. Derek Carr is not Brett Favre. It's clearly obvious, right? Derek Carr isn't bad enough where John Gruden can replace him, but he's not good enough where you could say he's the next Brett Favre. He's great, he's a good QB, but he isn't like Patrick Mahomes. He isn't like Aaron Rodgers. He's a solid or great QB. And that's the problem with Derek Carr. It's not him. It's not the offense, because they have a great offensive line. They have their Tyreek Hill now and rookie and Ruggs. They have the best runner or the fastest tight end in the league and best pass coverage catcher in Darren Waller. And they have one of the best running backs and one of the biggest steals of the 2019 NFL draft in Josh Jacobs. It's not the offense. And the defense. The defense is a hit or miss. Practically being the Kansas City Chiefs defense of 2017 when Alex Smith was the QB. Hey, you remember Alex Smith being the QB? What you talking about? Patrick Mahomes is all we have. But speaking of Patrick Mahomes also has to do with it. If you look over the past few years, ever since Peyton Manning left the Denver Broncos and retired, Derek Carr has been the best QB in his division. Because remember, here are all the QBs that were in the division. Alex Smith, Derek Carr, Phillip Rivers, and what was it? Case Keenum? Was it Case Keenum? Was Brock Osweiler also there? Like, Denver had a weird thing with QBs since John Elway had his hands on Denver. But anyway, Derek Carr was the best QB in his division. And has been on, ironically, the worst team in his division as well. Because the team around him. And ironically, the best year Derek Carr's ever had was the same year he got injured. Why does that matter? Well, it's because John Gruden wasn't the head coach. He wasn't the head coach. I don't know what you want to say, but the point is, John Gruden and Derek Carr aren't on the same page. Derek Carr is on the page of great. John Gruden is on the page of Hall of Famer. And as much as like Derek Carr, he is not a Hall of Famer. Which is why I had to bring you to the next thing I want to talk about. What did the What did the Las Vegas Raiders did in this offseason? That's right. They got Marcus Mariota, the old QB of the Tennessee Titans before Ryan Tannehill surprised the whole world and nearly went to the Super Bowl. Marcus Mariota. And it's not like a Jameis Winston or a Cam Newton contract, right? Like $1 million. Nope. $17 million. You don't pay a backup $17 million. No. The only backup QB that was paid that much money like that was Jacob Brissett from the Colts. You want to know something else? Jacob Brissett last season was a starter because a certain Andrew Luck retired. Why? That's a different conversation. A conversation that you guys should check out with my Trevor Lawrence video because, oh yeah, I brought up Andrew Luck in Trevor Lawrence's video. You want to know what? Check it out. I'll be linking in the description down below, just like my recent Haters Guy video. But anyway. This is going to be the breaker to seed season for Derek Carr. If he doesn't make the playoffs, he's out. He's no longer going to be an Oakland Raider. If he does well, then John Gruden will keep on, of course, saying to be great until he is Can't. Or releases Marcus Mariota. Either way, John Gruden is trying his best to either make Derek Carr like Brett Favre, or is trying his best to make someone like Marcus Mariota be that guy. And the saddest part is, if they were both on different teams, I feel like they would have better success. If Derek Carr was on the Colts, he would be 2-0 right now. If he was on the Pittsburgh Steelers, he would be 2-0, just like the Steelers are right now. If he was with the Bears, he would also be 2-0. If he was with the Vikings, I'm going to say 1-1, because that cornerback situation is a problem. But the thing here is this. As good as Derek Carr is, and I know that people are going to disagree with me about this, John Gruden does not want Derek Carr. Because he isn't Brett Favre. And it sucks because they're 2-0 right now. He outplayed fucking Drew Brees. Darren Waller is in the conversation for best tight end in the league right now. We're only 2 weeks in. That's how good Darren Waller is. Henry Ruggs hasn't done that much because everyone has been doing pass interference, which is like, really? You couldn't do the Tyreek Hill, but you're doing it to a younger version of him? Yeah! You know what I mean? Josh Jacobs. Doing Josh Jacobs things. So, it sucks, but I think this is the road that Derek Carr's going to go down. He's either going to get released or traded to a team, probably to a terrible team, and we'll have the stuff there, or he's going to get pushed around to become so good that he can't. And that's when Marcus Mariota or whoever jumps in and takes the position. And it sucks. Because Derek Carr's that good. It's just, I don't think John Gruden wants him there. And it sucks even more because that defense is horrific. Most of the time, the defense is the reason why the Raiders lose. Not Derek Carr, not the offense, the defense. And it's not as bad as Atlanta's, but it's more like a hit or miss, like the Chiefs back in 2017. I know I keep mentioning the Chiefs, it's just the Raiders and Chiefs are in the same division, so it's a perfect idea to compare a defense to another team's defense. It's not like the Chargers defense where it's underrated, but it's just there, just there. So I hope you guys enjoyed my thoughts on Derek Carr. Hopefully they can prove me wrong. Hopefully John Gruden doesn't do a Bill O'Brien, because I would be pissed if he does. Or whoever the GM is in fucking Las Vegas. But yeah, comment John Gruden if you think that he will trade Carr, and type in Derek Carr if you believe that Derek Carr will stay in Vegas until he retires. Or until he decides to go to a different team. But my name's Patron Wild, and Derek Carr, thank you, B. Don't argue.